Om, may all functions of our minds, the works of our bodies, and the activities of our senses please the Almighty Brahman, who is described in the Vedanta. May we not forget him. May we realize his presence in us. May we not be forsaken by him. May all divine qualities adorn our souls and bring peace to our minds. Om, peace, peace, peace be unto us all. So today our topic is Journey to the Infinite. It's a wonderful subject to dwell on, and our scriptures, our Upanishads, and the lives of the great saints and seers of truth, they direct us how to make a proper journey into the infinite. Actually, in our whole pursuit, we are only searching to get something bigger, higher, nobler. It's a search. If we look down from the amoebic cell, even the coronavirus, from there, that type of situation to today's situation, searching to be established in oneself and to be predominant, to control, to rule, to expand, to go higher and higher and higher. And it is an ongoing struggle. And even attaining whatever is attained, still it is relentless call as it were coming from within or wherever we do not know, that we are all pushed towards the journey. And in this type of quest is going on for eternity, unknowingly and knowingly. But unknowingly for inanimate objects or lower types of creatures, and knowingly in human, not all human beings, in the course of their development, when they reach a certain level of understanding, then they consciously move to know this, where am I going and what is the ultimate goal, why I am here, the very fundamental question of life. Why I struggle so much, why I go to school, why I learn so many sciences, why I go to take a job, why I get married in life, why I renounce the life, why I go for in the forest, why I go to the temple, why I kill somebody, why I love somebody. It's a question, why? And really, if we see very meticulously, the common ground is the same. For one thing we are all running consciously or unconsciously. An unconscious journey is that to get more, something more stability of life, more protection of life, more security of life, more health protection, insurance, this, that, whatever, some protection, some support, something more. Somebody says, I have such an insurance, I don't care about. Whatever happens, I am covered everywhere. Yes, but that does not cover death. That does not cover all the mental tensions and anxieties. So, where is that? Such was the cry, and it is going on from eternity. And this is our journey. Conscious journey comes to an advanced personality. Unconscious journey goes on for all creatures, even humans who have come as the language of our great Swamis, those who are of mean character, they say, it was fresh from the forest. Fresh from the forest means all the instincts of the forest life is also good life is there, but they think that they're all ferocious attitudes lurk inside, and that is manifested. And then they move on and on and on and see Oh, that does not satisfy me, this does not satisfy me. And then move on and on and on. Where is satisfaction? Where is much more gain? Where is much more achievement? Move on and on and on that way. And then question comes. That's why it is said that dukkhatrayo abhighatat jigyasa. The questioning comes, it is out of when we get good blows of suffering and pain. Who needs God when everything goes on well? That's true. And they are great. Those who think of God when they have everything around, but still they are seeking for God or divine or that absolute joy. So the journey is to reach that bhuma. Bhuma means endless, the highest, the biggest we can. And there is no parallel. That is infinite. There is no parallel to that. That is the bhuma. And we find in the Chandogya Upanishad this beautiful statement, Nalpe sukhamasti bhumaeva sukham. There is no happiness in the little where there is limitation. Only happiness, only peace, only enduring joy is in the absolute. That is bhuma, which is endless. And with that quest, we find that in the chapter 7 of the Chandogya Upanishad, it's very beautiful statement that we find that the sage Narada is going to his guru, and his guru's name is Sanat Kumara. And the Sanat Kumara, this student is a very developed student. Narad Rishi is a developed student. And he went to get, but still his sokam, this inner anxieties, pain or suffering is not being resolved. That's why the Upanishad says, Om Adhihi Bhagava iti uposasada Sanat Kumaram. Now, it said that Narada then approached Sanat Kumara, this teacher, spiritual teacher, saying, Adhihi Bhagava, teach me, sir, what to teach. Teach me. Oh, sir, please teach me. Oh, Guru, please teach me. And then he says, Sanat Kumaram Naradastang Huvacha. Then Sanat Kumar asked Narada, Jad Bettang Tena Mo Upasida. First tell me what you have read, what is your knowledge, what is background. Then I can start from there. Tatasta urdhang bakshami iti sahuvacho. Then he says, you approach me and tell me then what you know. I shall tell you of the things that are beyond them. So that is the bhuma. Quest started there. And Narada is very humble, but I counted about 20 sciences. He is a master's degree holder in 20 subjects. Or you can say have authority in those 20 subjects. We do not know anything. Such a knowledgeable person, he says, Sir, I have learned, oh Venerable Sir, I have read only Rigvedam Bhagavodhyami. I have read Rigveda, Jajurveda, Samaveda, Atharvanam, Chaturtham Itihasam, Itihas history, Puranam, what you call epics, Panchamam Vedanang Veda, then Rashing Devang Nidhing Bhakyam, Bhako Bhakkam Ekayanang Deva Vidya, Brahma Vidyang, Bhuta Vidya, Kshatra Vidyang, Nakshatra Vidyang, Sarpo Devo Jano Vidyam, Etad Bhagavo Demi. I have only read this little few. What are these? That I have read what is called the Rig Veda. Not read means I have understood the meaning overall, reading the whole Rig Veda. And then I have read little Jajur Veda, also finished that. Sama Veda I also finished that. Atharva Veda. These are the four Vedas. Four. And then I know the history. History of the human civilization and all this I have read. Mythology, which is the fifth Veda. I know grammar, Sanskrit grammar, the Panini and all this is very serious study is necessary to have some Sanskrit grammar to know. And then I know the rites for the mains who are departed, what to do, the rituals and rites. I have read a little bit of mathematics. Mathematics. Then the subject of natural disturbances, so calamities coming, why, earthquake, this, that happens. I know all these subjects. I know mineralogy. I know logic. Anyone comes to argue, I can argue with him. I know ethics, what is called ethics. I know etymology. I know the subject of ancillary knowledge concerning the Vedas and the science of elements. I know the science of archery. I know what is called astronomy and the science of serpents. In those days, many serpents were because it was more of forest and not this civilized condition of towns were there. So he knows the science of serpents, subject of fine arts. I know all these, oh venerable sir. Student is saying, I know this much. Now, then why are you coming? You know so much, then why did you come to me? Then he said, Bhagava, soaham Bhagava. See the humility of the student. Going to a teacher, he says, 21 subjects he knows, no? He should be puffed up with ego. My God, he should be in the great university. All students will come to him and he can give all sermons and lectures. And he says, he's going to Sanat Kumar saying, So aham bhagavo mantra videvasmi. Oh venerable son, I know the subject only textually. Only I know superficial word. What it means. Grammar I know, so I can make a meaning of it. And I know the Sanskrit well. I know so many things. I can understand many things. So this only I know them textually. But I am not na atmavidam. I am not a knower of truth. Hi evo me bhagavad drishabhyastarati shukam atmaviditi. I have heard that they can go over their sufferings and pains, no? That beyond sorrows and suffering. So I know not that self, by knowing which all sufferings, one can go over the sufferings of all sufferings of life. So, but I know not the knower, that knower or of this self, this what is the real self. It has been heard by me, I have heard from other great souls, O Venerable Sir, that people like you, that a knower of the self, have gone beyond sorrows and suffering. So, such as I am full of sorrows and suffering. Oh, sir, please take me beyond sorrow. So, see that way, that sochami, that I am very miserable and sorrowful, knowing all these things. That happened to Vyasudev. You know, this Narada is going to Sanat Kumara to learn this. We have a reference. And find that the Vyasudeva, after writing all the Vedas, 4 Vedas, classifying the Vedas as Rik, Sam, Jaju, Atharva, which Narada we do not know. Narada comes in different names. But this Narada went and advised him to find peace in the mind, even knowing all these Vedas and the Brahma Sutras, composing Brahma Sutras, and what else? Bhagavat, all these writing, he was not finding peace. No, Bhagavat he wrote, that's why he got the peace. So here we find that the sage Narada is approaching his guru, what is called Sanat Kumara, and said that you have crossed this dilemma of suffering and sorrows and pain. I seek for that. Please help me, guide me, so that I can cross. But I have not learned only the books. Book learning, as that's why Swamiji, Sri Ramakrishna decried the book learning. He didn't enter into it. This Narada read so many books, means life's how much time and energy is gone. In our small life, we can see. We went to school to get a school degree, then you go to college, the college is stamp of college, then you go to have your master's degree. Or how much energy of our life, youthful energy, say 20, 22, 23, most vital period of time goes on that. Ramakrishna thought that it is meaningless. All knows knowing. That's why he rejected the book learning. But he went to this, straight to this Narada, approaching the Guru Sanat Kumara, and asking for the highest knowledge, Bhuma. So, oh my Guru Sanat Kumara, please, oh Bhagavan, oh Venerable Sir, please take me beyond this sorrow. And the response from his Guru was also, Tanghovacho jadvai kinchidetad adhyagishta namai vaitat. You have only learned by few names of this. You told me 20 subjects. These are only names only. You have learned nothing. And here is the question, what is that thing? Knowing everything is known. Is this all learning remains here? It is intellectual knowledge. So it will be rejected. So you have not learned that by which everything can be achieved. So therefore, here starts this journey, and we find that when questioning and the teacher became very kind and then took him from step by step, and ultimately he came to this chapter where he says that, you want peace, joy, that you have to find in Bhuma. That's why he says, Yo vai Bhuma tat sukham, that which is Bhuma, infinite, unlimited. Tat sukham, there you find happiness. Na alpe sukham asti, when that alpo, limited, and there is no happiness in that alpo, Bhuma eva sukham. Therefore, you should question me about Bhuma eva sukham, Bhuma tu eva vijigyashitabba. Only one question you ask for, that infinite, that limitless. So Bhuma, meaning, Shankara says, Bhuma means Mahan, endless, grandeur. There is nothing more than, is the highest of the high. It is greatest of the great. So that is the Bhuma. And what is Alpa? Alpa means what is limited by time, space, causation. What is that? Why there is Gyan or Gyo, Gata according to Shankara. The knower, knowing, and then object to know. This three diversion is there. And this division is there. That means so long your mind is there, so long you see another. That he will clarify. That is called the Alpo, and that is called the Bhuma. So you should only ask for that which indeed is the infinite, that is joy. There is no joy in the finite. The infinite alone is joy, but the infinite indeed has to be sought after. But you have to sought after. You have to find, you have to search for where is infinite. Rabindranath Tagore says, Shimar Maje Ashim Tumi. You are the Ashim, infinite, limitless, beginningless, endless, eternal. You are playing your own music in all the objects of the Sima. Wherever you find anything to the mind and intellect, we see the duality, we see the limited things only. But there is a note behind this limited, the note of infinity, that music of infinity, that Bhuma, that limitless, that music is going on. But to us, we see only the limited. And because we see limited, so our love becomes limited. And our fear becomes so tangible. Our suffering becomes so serious. Afraid every day of losing. But we forgot to ask for that. That's why here first address is there, Bhuma Nang Bhagavo Bijiggasha. Then he said, yes, sir, I seek for that infinite. Please help me. So saying so much, there are about 22 advice given before, step by step. how to train the mind to think about the absolute. So in the 23rd section, this question was said by his guru, that what is indeed infinite, that there is the joy. There is no joy in the finite. The infinite alone is joy. But the infinite indeed has to be sought after. You have to seek for. Now we are discussing in the morning, actually what to seek for. There is only one truth, according to Vedanta, no? There is only one. We are seeing by Maya, all this duality. Then what to seek for? Yes, nothing to seek for. But so long I do not know that, therefore I have to seek for. I do not know, I am talking only. But I know that I am a human being, I have my weakness, I am to gain this, I have to receive this, I have to satisfy myself. So long that craving is there, you must have to have a desire for reaching that absolute. Otherwise, you are already reaching. Yeah? We'll come to that point later. So, their Guru says, that you need to sought for. I'm the student, but I came for that, sir. Please, please help me. I seek after that infinite. Give me that advice. And then, very beautiful verses. These are all very much chanted again and again. Yatra na annat pashyati nannat srinoti nannat vijanati tad bhuma sa bhuma yatra annat pashyati yatra annat srinoti yatra annat vijanati tad alpam yo vai bhuma tad amritam tad alpam tad martam sa bhagama. Now, here is the count. So, he says that this bhuma is to be jatra anna annat pashyati. What is bhuma? He is giving another definition. Jatra na annat pashyati. Where there is do not see another. There is nothing other than me. Na annat pashyati, na annat srinoti. The infinite is that where one does not see anything else, does not hear anything else, does not understand anything else. Hence the infinite is that where one sees something else. And what is the finite? Opposite to that. When someone sees something. That's why Vedanta says that your vision is also within the realm of Maya. You see something, then your mind is still acting. But you need not, that seeing business will drop. The drashta, drishya, witness and the observer and the observable universe, those all should collapse. Hence the finite is that where one sees something else, hears something else and understands something else. That is called duality. That which is indeed is the infinite, is immortal. On the other hand, that which is finite is mortal. So here, that this goal of human life, all lives, actually living beings, is to reach this bhuma, the abode of the infinite bliss. No? And this, how to reach that? Again and again the same question. You can do consciously or unconsciously, moving towards that infinite joy. Whether we know or not, we are always moving to that higher joy, higher grace, higher peace, unending happiness. And end is all joy. But what about the journey? So when I am moving, am I also enjoying the bliss? Our journey becomes all the time very painful. If we know the sufferings of life, then does not make any deep impact in us if we know that I am doing to reach this goal. Because we do not know our goal. Our goal is infinite. Goal is absolute. And the highest of the high. Joy, the extreme joy, extreme bliss. Had we known that, what sacrifice is suffering? In life's experience when we go, we cry and weep. Oh, my life is full of suffering. You do not know what is going on in me. No one suffers like me. True. But if we know that we are all making a journey to the infinite, to that limitless, absolute joy, so you have to sacrifice something. Sacrifice your little ego. Sacrifice little body identity, emotion, all these which grab us and keep us in making a born slave of things in the world. Have to be courageous enough. That is the point. Journey. We make a journey. There is no spiritual journey, should be peaceful journey, joyful journey. Face should be beaming with joy. For when people fight for freedom, they undergo so much torture. In every country it happened. But they know for the freedom of the country I am fighting. So they have the boldness, courage, smile in their face, no? There is one martyr, his name was Khudiram. British found him culprit for fighting against British. So they were hanging. They hanged to death. And when that order was given, normally people lose their weight. But he started gaining weight. And when he was hanged, he smilingly, joyfully sang that song, Last Desire. I will sing this song. And he sang a song to invoke the spirit of love for the country. And he just hanged and died with smiling face. See, even that is a sacrifice, a joyful sacrifice. Because you can do so much austerity. It's a student's life. They give up so much of their fun and joy when examination is near. No? When they are to approach some test or something, they sacrifice so much. And we do how much we sacrifice for our school degree and college degree, or having some job and this and that. But what this infinite? Why we should be crying and weeping and morose? Let suffering come more. That will be the attitude, because I need greater sacrifice to reach that goal, because I am so much imbued with this duality. I'll have to go beyond the duality, and that's why this struggle should be. So our journey is always afflicted with fear, anxiety, pain, helplessness, loss, and all types of weaknesses. But can we make the journey joyful to reach the goal, which is the absolute joy? Huh? So there comes the point that yes, we can, but we have to be very clear about our goal of life. And there, what we want in our life, this scripture will help us. And it is said that what we want in life, it says, we like wealth, prestige, pleasure of the body and mind and emotions. They are more valuable than even the divine joy which is there. Ramakrishna said that people cry, jar full of tears, for any worldly loss. Who cries for God? That is the price of it. So that is, Sanat Kumar is also guiding Narada in that line. That he will say, that he said that, Acha, you have given me the advice, I just have to link little bit to come to this point. Narada was given the idea that there's a Bhuma, you should have to ask, and there will be no one will be listening to another, there is no duality, only one. Then the question came, how this Brahman, how this infinite stays, what is the ground of that? So then his response, what is that truth established? So then Sanat Kumara says, this is Sa Mahimna iti. Mahima is that he is in that state of Se Mahimni. This Atman, this pure self, the Brahman, it is established in his own glory. Sve Mahimni. And then he said, no, you may mistake. If I say it remains in its own glory, then you may mistake. Therefore I say, no. There is no other reality there to give any support to that Brahman. It remains its own self. But he says that what is this glory on which it is established, the Atman? It is not that, he said, it is not that I am talking about Govasamiho Mahima Itiya Chakshati. In this world, people normally think, what is the glory? What is the wealth? What is the prosperity? In early days, you have many cows. Now you will say you have many cars, Mercedes Benz, or costly car, Tesla, this, that. That's I am rich. You can find glory in that. Ashwa, so your cattle and other. And Mahima, in this world it is said that one's glory consists in how many worldly property you have. No? How much you have achieved, how much you want to achieve. That is the criterion people think about, that your richness, your glory. I am not talking about that glory for the Atman. It is self-luminous. So he says that people ask for this worldly thing, but this mahima, this glory, that is self-established, and in that is beyond all fear. Dityad vai bhayam bhavati. Only duality creates all fear. Where there is only one, who will fear whom? So there is no fear about that. Only bhuma is there, that is amrita, immortal, nectar-like. So that is the mahima, but people think about their greatness, that in this world, material prosperity, name, fame, power, position, and all these are considered the glory of a person. But I am not talking, Narada, Sanat Kumara says, I am not talking to you about that type of glory. The Atman stays in its own glory, does not mean that it has this type of earthly position. That is no glory. So he says, Go asam iho mahima iti achakshate. In this world, people count about how many cattle they have, how many horses they have. Those are the examples of the past Vedic time. How many hosti, hirannam, how many you have elephants, cows, how much gold you have, hirannam, how many servants you have, you are a rich person, how many servants you have, dasa, bharjam, you have a beautiful wife or husband, kshetrani, ayatanani, you have land, how much big land, how much bigger building, big palatial building you have. Na naham evam brabhimi. I am not talking about the glory of the Atman in that sense. I am not talking about the grandeur. That is not grounded on the inner self, not established in the one absolute Bhuma. I am talking about that. It is not like one thing staying over the other, but there is only one. Who will stay over whom? It is the glory of the infinite. Say, that's why it says, and then what is that type of thing? There will be no support of it. And it will be not like the glory of the land and property and wealth and building and house and gold and jewel. It is not that mahima. Then what is this glory of the Atman then we are talking about? Then he said, Saivadhastat, Sauparishtat, Sapaschat, Sapurastat, Sadakshinata, Sauttarata, Saiva idagam sarvam. And that is the truth I am talking about. That is the infinite, is indeed below, that is in above, that is on the behind, that is before, that is on the south, that is on the north, or right and left. Saiva idagam sarvam. That itself is all this, what you see. So that is the thing I am talking about. That truth is which is in every direction, in every place, and there is nothing but that. Then he comes, hey, you are talking? What about you? Oh, no. Ahameva dhastat. That I is not this I. That big I. Ahameva dhastat, aham uparishtat. I am in the below, I am in the above. Similarly, the same way. I am Purastat, Aham Dakshinata. I am behind, I am before, I am on the north, I am on the south. I am that, I as the self. All this, whatever is found here. I am indeed all this. Then Aham, I. Again, you may have a little understanding about this little I. Then he says, no, 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 it is Atman. It is the Atman I am talking about. And then Atma Dhastat. Next follows the instruction about the infinite. It reference to the self. That Atman, what I am talking about, is Atman adhastat, Atma upurishtat, Atma paschat, Atma purastat, Atma dakshinata, Atma uttarata, Atma eva idagam sarvam. Atman is everywhere. It is east, west, north, south, front, back, right, left, up, below. It is all covered. So, in this three way, first in the way of that truth, then it is bringing that to I, and I to real I. Is matching all these three levels. And now the Sanat Kumar is giving a comprehensive idea about that reality is the only reality. It has no substratum. It is not resting on something else. It does not depend on the luminosity of anything. It is that is the Bhuma, and that we need to search for. That's why even in Bhakti school when he say Prachang Rakshatu Chaindri in the Devi Mahatma or Devi Chandi reading we do, Mother in the east, Mother in the west, Mother on the right, Mother. Language is different, but that is the same Bhuma. Truth is being taught. So here we find that now if you do this, then what will happen then? Then the Saivo Isho Evang Pashyan Manyan Evang Vijanan Atmaruti Atmakrido Atmamituno Atmananda Saswarad Bhavati Tasya Sarveshu Lokeshu Kamacharo Bhavati Atho Jivannatato Viduvanna Rajanaste. Balchan, verily, if you understand this way, one who sees this reflects on this. I am in the east, west, north, south, east, up, below, everywhere it is I. It is that. I, that, Atman, in three angle, one can dive, sink their mind into this thought day and night, sees and reflects on this, and understands this, delights, then that person will be delighting in the self. And that delighting in the self, he will sport in the self. He will rejoice in the self. He revels in the self. Being in the body, he becomes a self-ruler. That means no one to rule him. That's why Brahmagyani, those who realize the truth, no one rules them. They become the ruler of themselves. And all the world, no one is there to rule. But who think differently now, that is the condition of us. But we, who always think, I am different from... it is very nice to hear about this truth, as we are talking about. Bhuma, very nice. It is all pervaded, it is everything, it has no substratum, it is self, it is its own nature, it is like that. So, if one knows differently, I am separate from that truth, from this, there are others, they are rulers. So somebody rules me. See, we are all ruled by somebody, by our emotions, by your anger, by your frustrations, by some other person, by some other bad guy, good guy, by virus. Everything is controlling us because we live in the duality. We are not living ourselves in that identity. What is that infinite absolute? So this is the Jnani, that's why napasyo mrityung pashyati. If one reaches that, then death cannot touch him. Narogam, disease, no disease can touch them. Sarvang nauta dukkham, no more any suffering remains. Sarvangha pasya pashyati, sarvam apnoti sarvasa. So he seeing such, he attains everything. So previously we are thinking, we will have to give up this, we will have to reach this, I will have to give up this job, get that job, give up this profession to that profession, to make more money, make more name, make more fame. I will be renowned to the world. All this effort you attain when you attain that state of equilibrium. Seeing that there is no more death for that person. Mrittu, napasya mrityung pasyati. The mrittu, death, which is haunting us now all over what is going on. It is terror going on everywhere, no? You do not know what is happening tomorrow morning. Huh? So, you see, just we heard that four of the monks of Ramakrishna order, they got somewhere some virus. So now, that's, probably that is the end. People normally thinking. But if this is at it, then what it matters what the body does or goes? There is no body, there is no dual. We see the body in ignorance, in duality. That is the point. Dityad vaibhayang bhavati. I am here and somebody is there, he is ruling me, I am under his control. We are under the control of Yama, who is holding our tucked hair and pulling us in their own direction. Who can touch that person? That's why Upanishad, Chandogya Upanishad says, Sanat Kumara, na pasyo mrityum pasyati. There is no death for that person. Na rogam, there is no rog, there is no disease. There is no disease which can frighten that person. Nauta dukkham. What's the question of suffering or pain? Sarvang hapasya. In that vision, everything is being seen. Sarvam apnoti. Everything is accomplished, everything achieved, nothing to be attained. Sarva granthinang vipramaksha. All the knots of our life, suffering, all the knots are being untied and vipramaksha. You get totally freed from that. And therefore, Narada, listening to this advice, mridita kashaya tamasak parang darsayati Bhagavan Sanat Kumara. This teacher, by his grace, Sanat Kumara, this Narada become free from all tamas, all darkness, all clouds of the mind is being severed, and so he reached that state, that beyond all darkness, that life which is no death, there is no fear, there is no disease, there is no suffering. But this is very good to hear all this goal as we have talked about. But what to do? Actually, as I say, that therefore, here also we find that the Saguna way, if we can, so now we can, it's a journey, we can talk about the journey of Jagannath. They are called Jagannath. Chariot moves in the journey, in the path. But the Lord of the universe, he comes down, that is the path, and then he makes a journey to his Masi Bari. Masi Bari means aunt's house. He comes from his own home and goes to his, that means in the world. He enters into the world by his own will. He is the king of the king, no? In his own Samahimini, in his own glory, it's Satchidananda. They live in his own, the throne of his own, golden throne, it's called Ratna Singhasana. Then he comes down out of love. The same truth comes down and then moves in the path of the world. Even the king of the country, he comes and sweeps the path of this journey of Jagannath. And the whole, there's no distinction. The king and the most ordinary person, a poor guy, they are all just looking at the Jagannath and touching, turning, helping to pull the chariot of the Lord. That's also devotional aspect. If we take this whole world is the play of God is going on. Jagannath's play going on. Jagannath is moving in this world. You just help in pulling his mission, follow that mission by developing that spirituality, developing that love and other things, and then focusing to Jagannath. And then, by his grace, get liberation. But in Vedantic way, as I said before, that journey is from Alpa to Bhuma, limited to unlimited, that is the journey, as I have said. The thief, the dacoit, holy people, unholy people, who are yogis, who are bhogis, All are running to reach that Bhuma. And where shall I get this infinite, limitless joy? There is a story that there is a mad person, he heard that there is a philosopher's stone, and he was running to get that philosopher's stone. Running like a mad guy, gave up his home and everything. Khapa, khuje, fere, paroso, pathar, that's philosopher's stone. And running, and he's touching every stone. And he has a iron, what do you call the bracelet, and touching it, and touching it, and thinking, it's becoming gold? No, no, no. So, this search for that philosopher's stone, that freedom, that is the charge. So one should do like that. And Rabindranath Tagore has expressed it that, as when the stream started from the mountain top, runs in all direction. Which direction he is going, if you ask that stream, then he will not give any response. He is busy in our life also. See, our life goes on. In busy, I am busy with this, busy with that, but for what? We do not know. That's why he says that we are all moving in our life's journey from amoeba till today, the human development, what is called the Darwin's theory of evolution, no? Evolution theory. That we are all moving for only to meet the ocean. Every creek, every little stream of water, this goal is to reach the ocean. We are all moving. But we do not know. That's why it is that the Rabindranath says that the flower is waiting for the whole night. He does not know. Why? Why he is waiting whole night? Oh, the sun's rays will come, and then he opens up, becomes bloomed. So we are only for the touch of God, touch of the divinity which is there, and we live in this duality. That's why Rabindranath Tagore also said in another place, Tomar katha heta keho to bole na, kore shudu miche kolahal. Beautiful song. Oh Lord, no one talks about you in this world. They make a clutter of noise, of garbage of the world. They are sitting on the shore of the ocean of nectar, and they are only drinking the poison and getting mad into it. So, all this in this world, all this power struggle, or this killing, or this nasty behavior, this hatred, all these, as also the people's moving to the mosque, to temple, to church, going for pilgrimage, holy company, analyzing the unreal, real, all this, renunciation, austerity, these are all leading us to the same goal of infinite, from, as Swamiji's language, from lower truth to higher truth. So, at the end, when the concept of duality is there, we have to go beyond this duality. It can be done. I am not talking about the means, because you may say, oh, you have given the theory only. But we are hearing all the time many means. You can be a follower of Vedanta, you can follow a path of devotion. Whatever path, all this path, whatever takes us to that truth, that should be our real journey. Jataspannam shantam shivam, that conscious self, that will remain. We have to reach that goal. Unless we reach that, this journey should continue. But if we know it, conscious movement, then it is much greater joy. If we don't know, then we cry and move. But if we know that we are all struggle is to reach our own real grandeur, mahima, the glory, the vast glory which is infinite. And that to reach, all efforts which are to be employed, we can apply, and that sacrifice is nothing. That's why people sometimes, even spiritual journey, I am doing meditation for so many years. How nothing happening. I am doing so much austerity. These are all nothing to reach that state of forgetting the body identity, forgetting I am the body, forgetting me. Our whole life is me and mine. So that duality, that is called that alpam. That's why Rabindranath Tagore, another place, he says, Alpo loiya thaki, Tai jaha jai, taha mor jai. We live in a very petty, small identity. Me, mine. And the whole 7 billion people is there. What is me and mine? But yes, for me it is me and mine. So this play goes on. Alpo loiya thaki. Because I live with that, jaha jai, if anything is lost there, jaha jai. But when we know that I am infinite, suppose one bucket of water is thrown away from the ocean, or a big pump is set on the ocean, Pacific Ocean, which pumps out 1,000 gallons maybe per minute, just for. What will happen to the ocean? But in a small pool, you just take 2 buckets, then it's gone. So why to live in Alpo? Why not live in the Bhuma? We have 2 options. I live in this, and by choice. No one has forced me to think that I am only this. I am also that. You can think that. I can think that in the everybody shining thing is my shine, my glory is shining there. Why? My ego. I am this. That should be. Yes, you live in the little. Yes, you will be smashed. You will cry. Sometimes you will be happy. Sometimes you will be unhappy. But you live in all. So everyone's loss is your loss. Everyone's gain is your gain. So that is Swami Vivekananda's idea, no? That's why he inspired us to do service to others as seeing that you are there, it is yours. That's the foundation of Vedanta. Well, anyhow, so we have to search for this infinite reality, which is our real nature, and Vedanta talks about that. And we have remembered today Chandogya Upanishad, where Narada has been given the instruction, and in that way we also have the time to think about that. So we should pray that we should not live in the little, but we should live in the eternal absolute Mahima, Bhuma. And now we end here, and then you can have some questions after the song is done, for 10 minutes maybe. Thank you. So we have the question. Announcement. Let me finish the announcement before people leave. So next Sunday, our Swami, who is there next Sunday? Mahajogananda.
Swami Dhyana Yogananda.
Dhyana Yogananda. Next Sunday. Just go and check.
21st,
You can দেখো না.
There's nothing.
With the outside
Swami
wall.
Dhyana Yogananda will speak
Oh.
on, the topic is not, we don't remember.
Achha,
the
anyhow,
topic.
Swami Dhyana Yogananda will be speaking next Sunday at 11 o'clock. And our all the talks and things are available, as you know, youtube.com/vedanto.org. And we are Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, all these days, 7:30 evening we have class. Every day we have 6 o'clock evening prayer. And two special days, one is Swami Satyamananda gives the Upanishad class which day?
Wednesday morning.
Wednesday, 10:30. And on Tuesday, 4:30, we have Narada Bhakti Sutra. So this is the announcement, and we are still closed, and we'll see what, if anything comes, we will notify. I'm sorry that we are not seeing each other, but what can we do? What mother wants, in that sense, it is mother's play. So we'll have to accept it. So now the question, few questions, if you have any question.
Mother is identical to the Atman?
Yeah. So when a mother is identical, oh, you have already put that question. Yeah. Yeah. When we talk about duality, all the words, you say Atman, that also you are talking. When you talk, that comes in the parameter of the duality. And you call mother, that's also a word. But what do you mean? We all mean Atman, the same divine consciousness, in the absolute aspect or in the relative aspect. So, because we live in duality, we call sweetly sometimes mother, but you can say Atman, because there is no distinction between, as we chanted, Atma dhastat, Atma uparishtat, Atman is below, Atman is above, Atman on the right, Atman on the left, Atman in the front, Atman in the back. No? And in the another language, mother in the front, mother in the right, mother in my right hand, mother in my left hand, mother in the corners, mother in my head, mother in my hand. So it is all mother, mother. Then where are you? Where is Atman difference? There is no difference, only language difference. As also, it is sometimes said, Christ said, Christ is below, Christ is above, Christ is on the right, Christ is on the left. People, when they get out of this duality, concept of duality, and bringing this concept, what has been given, the Bhuma. So Bhuma appears in the absolute aspect, or Bhuma appears in the relative aspect. Because I cannot accept the idea, understand the idea of vastness that much, what is Bhuma has been said. Infinite. But finite, that's why we call mother. Some may be happy with the idea of mother idea.
Ramakrishna often referred to Brahman.
Yeah.
Even as their
The same. If we know that this is Bhuma, but so long we are duality, you can give any name you like. You can name, as Ramakrishna said, you can name the water as water, pani, jal, bari. So all these different names, it does not make any distinction. So it is only the truth. Yes.
One person asks that to tell the word Bhuma again, like that. What is that word? Bhuma, B-U-M-A, P-U-M-A, or P-U-R-U?
Let's see. Bhuma, B-H-U-M-A. B-H-U, Bhuma, M-A, Ma. Bhuma. Bhuma is that? Yes, infinite is called Bhuma. Endless, limitless, highest. Nothing more than that. But these ideas are expressed by Shankara while mentioning B-H-U-M-A, Bhuma.
And other person asks that on what does the infinite depend?
On
What does?
infinite depend. Acha. Yeah. One.
Read the whole question. Read the question.
Oh, venerable one.
Oh my. Thank you. Yes. On what?
Quoting from Upanishad, I believe.
Yes. On what? So there have been, it has been said, Se Mahimni Jadivana Mahimni iti. Here in the book it is said that on which this Bhuma, this infinite, is established.
Yes, he's quoting that question.
Yeah.
He's quoting Upanishad.
Acha. Then asking anything or only quoting the Upanishad?
Well, hard to say. Is it a question or is it a quote?
Acha.
But you can
Anyhow.
answer the question.
Acha, so as I understand this, what is that? It is like this. That it is Se Mahimni, it is in its own glory. There is no two. Oh yeah, in the Chandi also, when you read, we find that Ko nasti ekaiva aham jagati atra. I am only person in the whole universe. Who is there second to me? So that is the same Vedantic aspect. So it is in its own grandeur, own glory, and that is the Samamuni, and you cannot say there is any glory or grandeur of it, because there is no two. These words are all limitation of our expression, is the limitation of our understanding. So there is no two, so we cannot say anything. Okay. We can say, then finish or what?
Next. Next question. Swamiji, I experienced once that Paramatma is inside me. At that moment, I was just surrendered to that. And when I opened my eyes, natural smile I found on my face. Please explain, what was that?
Anything, probably you have some experience, but that experience is good, because if you think of joy, your face will be shining. If you take bitter gourd, then your mouth will be looking little. And when you take some honey, it will be or ice cream, then it will be different. So like that, you have certain thing that's why the smile came. But we should not be satisfied with this type of momentary experience. We like that it should be a part of our life. So this is good if it inspires us to go deeper and to feel that joy belongs to me, and I will strive to get that joy every day, every moment.
Riddle asks, how to overcome slowdown? Sometimes I feel like there's a real clarity, while after some time, it seems like I'm the same as 10 years ago.
Yeah, that happens with all of us who are in the journey to spirituality. It is a play of the mind, so long mind is there. Mind sometimes, like its baby, is very pleased and very behaving properly. Sometimes mind goes to the old behaviors, old ruts, and then he feels little dejected. And that time, this digression means as if I am lost all my spirituality. But it is in truth. It is, a mind's nature is ups and downs. Mind plays in that way. So we should be watchful so that we can keep our level of mind in the same plane. But at the same time, we should not be disheartened, because it is the play of the mind. Let us go on, that's why we call practice, to keep our mind in the Bhuma consciousness, or your Ishta mantra, or your sadhana, whatever his Guru has given. Don't accept the defeat. That's the point. And don't feel that I am doing so much, sometimes still God is not coming. It is not that. God is not to come by walking to me. God is here already. Only my concept of duality drops and I am now here. If this happens now, I am free. This duality concept goes in the mind. So mind will be playing like that. We should continue our journey.
If Bhuma is infinite, does Bhumi mean finite?
Yeah, Bhumi. Bhumi is a Sanskrit word. Bhumi is the earth. It is a Sanskrit word. And Bhuma is infinite, yes. That is the Sanskrit words mean like that. Every word is symbolic of expressing some idea. So Bhuma expresses the infinite idea, the greatest, the highest, the best, and Bhumi indicates its meaning will be the earth element or this the plane in which we walk. Bas. So, okay, so thank you all, and then we'll meet you in other classes, all of you, and stay well. My prayer to Sri Ramakrishna and Holy Mother for everyone's happiness, peace, joy, and please be strong to face the challenges through which we are all going through. Om Shanti 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 Harihi Om Tat Sat Shri Ramakrishna Arpanamastu.